Hi everybody, this is Francesco from Cryptonomist and Poseidon Group, and right here we are in London for CC Forum together with a very special guest. I know that most of you know is this guy, very famous. So welcome right here, Stefan Rust, the new CEO from Bitcoin.com.
Thank you. Yeah,
how are you doing?
Yeah, good.
Good. Wow, it's
Nice to be here. We have a nice day here in London.
Oh yeah, it's a very sunny day today.
After yesterday it was raining, right?
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, so today is a very good day. Every time there's a sun in London, it's a very special day.
It's very special.
So, what I have to say right now is the first day at CC Forum in London. We've got this very, very interesting networking drinks from yesterday evening. So right now we've got the first day, and it's a very, very interesting event right here. So, let's go with the questions about this interview. There was a talk on futures on Bitcoin Cash some time ago. Can you give us some anticipation? Will it be released by the 2019?
So there are already futures available for the retail market in Bitcoin Cash. It's a company, CoinFlex. They've launched it already today. You can buy futures and you can trade them already today. I think where we're seeing it going is we're waiting for the US market to adopt futures trading, and we're working heavily to see that happen. And we're anticipating that possibly sometime either later this year or early in the new year.
Okay, good. So it's a very positive feedback time right now.
Definitely.
Okay, cool. Very good.
But you never know, right? With regulatory environment, it changes all the time, right? So it's like...
Sure, of course, just to be careful.
But I think we're just plowing ahead and trying to execute and get distribution faster than the others can do innovation.
So things are very good.
Yeah.
Good to hear. Good to hear. And let's go through to the second question. What are the projects based on the blockchains of Bitcoin Cash that you are more interested in?
So we have a couple of projects that we're working on, and local.bitcoin.com is one that we just launched. And we've just launched a new tool, which is the tokenization on top of Bitcoin Cash, where you can, within basically 2-3 seconds, you can create your own tokens. You need to ultimately product manage it and market it properly, but you can actually go to sites today and create your own token instantaneously. But the tool that is most exciting is actually the tool that allows you to distribute dividends to token holders.
Okay.
So I can reward token holders based on their wallet address with tokens or with Bitcoin Cash, all on the blockchain and the Bitcoin Cash blockchain. The other thing that we're doing is we're also working on our Oracle tool. So if you go to tools.bitcoin.com, you see a lot of the interesting projects that we're working on, where we're trying to bring more non-custodial financial services to the blockchain cash, and that's super exciting.
Cool. Yeah. Very nice. So there's going to be, expect a lot of things in it right now. For the market system with Bitcoin Cash, for example, in the payment services, but a lot of things to do behind it as well.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
I mean, we want to do a lot more in payments and what we call non-custodial financial services, where the user is in control of the custody of their money, right? And the money is all on the blockchain, and you have the private keys so you can access it. What other ways can you grow your asset base? How can you grow your Bitcoin Cash-based portfolio? How can you grow and spend that money that you've grown? So you can pay your school fees, you can pay your grocery shopping, you can pay your hairdresser. So those are all things that we want to enable on the blockchain, and that is Bitcoin Cash today.
Cool. So you're just going to approach it also with a DeFi approach, just to give it a non-custodian to get a controls about your specific asset and monitoring to the users.
Exactly.
Good to hear.
Exactly.
Right now you mentioned also about local Bitcoin.
Yep.
So yes, right now one of the three interesting things they are going to do with Bitcoin Cash is cool. How is local Bitcoin doing? Can you give us some numbers? So which is the situation about this recent launch?
So local Bitcoin, we launched, I think it was about 3 months ago possibly now. Time goes so fast in crypto, and it's been going really well. We now have pretty much any payment method on local.bitcoin.com.
Yeah.
So you can go any localbitcoin.com and you can pay with any counteracting WeChat Pay, Alipay, and Pesa in Africa, and then others across Latin America, number one. Number two is we're launching a big campaign for local.bitcoin.com in markets that are suffering with government overreaching into your bank accounts and freezing accounts. So Argentina, we're seeing some movement there. We're going to see Venezuela, Turkey, right? Markets where people are still trying to access their funds. And then we're going after specific industry verticals, right? Where you're seeing challenges in the cannabis industry in the US. How do we enable them to convert their money and trade in their money? We are seeing record high transaction volume numbers in terms of dollar numbers that individuals want to trade. And we're just trying to optimize the service. I'll get into more numbers a bit later. We'll make some more at the end of the year. We're going to do a bit of an infograph on all the numbers and the transactions. But one thing I can say is the transactions on Bitcoin Cash is the second highest volume on a consumer basis across all Bitcoin, across all blockchain projects. So we're super excited, and we'll go past and become the first at some time.
So we're going to expect good things in the near future. Okay, good. And another question, for example, about the project. How nimble is and the smart contract progressive on the Bitcoin Cash, and what are your thoughts about Nimbus?
So I didn't understand.
Oh, it's Nimbus project, exactly, and the smart contract progression on the Bitcoin Cash. And what are your thoughts about it?
So we love to see more smart contracts come onto Bitcoin Cash. The first step was the tokenized element of capabilities on Bitcoin Cash. So how can we create tokens? And now we're going to see many more different Cash Script. We've launched Cash Script as a developer tool for people to come on there with Bitbox. So we're launching a lot more SDKs so users can actually go and create smart contracts associated with their tokens.
Good. Thanks for the question. Dan, right now it's the first day at CC Forum, we're on the 15th of October, so it's going to be a very fireside chat day because a lot of speaking opportunities, a lot of battles with the panels. And, one of these new coming right now on today afternoon is Roger. Roger is going to have a debate right now today with Rubini during afternoon. With you, who would you like to have a discussion on stage? What about you, for example? You've just been appointed as a new CEO on Bitcoin.com. We see very often Roger making battles, for example, with Tony Weiss. We are going to have Roger today with Rubini. What about you? Is there anything, a person would like to have on stage to have a debate, a discussion, or like a battle? What about you?
I don't know about battle, and I mean I love debates, and if you know me, I have very strong opinions and very strong views. But who I'd like to talk to is the founder and CEO of Red Bull.
Yeah.
The founder and CEO of Uber, Travis.
Okay.
How did they grow those brands to have such cultural and religious following behind their products? How do we get to that? Uber, by rolling out in city to city, getting adoption for their service from a user perspective, but also from a driver's perspective. So those are, to me, really fascinating rollouts and scaling of products and brands that have lifestyle type following and religious following. On the economic side, I'm super excited by Nassim Taleb. So I think he's got some very fascinating views, and I love his book, Skin in the Game, right? So having skin in the game is a critical element to having commitment and being able to predict the future and work towards achieving the future that you predict.
So, fingers crossed, maybe to see with these guys on the stage next year. Of course. And one of the last questions, what are the next goals as a blockchain for Bitcoin Cash? You previously mentioned what you're going to expect with the smart contract integration or in the payment systems. So, in general, can you just summarize which are the next goals for the Bitcoin Cash blockchain from your point of view and what you're going to expect?
So, supporting more scale, more transaction volume on chain is something that we're working with the full node developers to help make that possible. Number one. Number two is how do we get additional interest from traditional enterprise companies into Bitcoin Cash? How do we find other parties, rather than developing their own Bitcoin Cash or their own equivalent blockchain platform, why don't they participate in Bitcoin Cash? And that's what we love to see, so that we can see more payments and more adoption in the marketplace.
Thanks. And I'd like to close this interview, so of course, thanks for your time, with a personal question. You've been recently appointed as new CEO at Bitcoin.com. You joined the project also a long time ago, working very silently together with Roger there. How did you enjoy this new position, and what is going to be a spec for you, for your career, for your appointment together with the new position in the Bitcoin.com project and for the Bitcoin Cash project, for you personally, I mean?
So for me, I'm loving it. I'm having a blast every single day, enjoying every day of my job. I work well. I enjoy working with Roger. We work very well, and we're doing it together. We've been now multi-thread, as we call it. So that's super exciting. We're building a team underneath. So how do we find true believers in Bitcoin Cash and the Bitcoin original paper? And then ultimately, how do we then take that into the world and professionalize the operations so that we become similar to where Uber is everywhere, or Red Bull, you get it everywhere. How do we build brands like that, and how do we make Bitcoin Cash like that? I feel I love that challenge, and I'm here to try and make that happen with everything I can do.
Good. So well, good luck for your new challenge.
Thank you.
We will follow you, of course.
Yeah.
So what to say? Right now, from CC Forum, I think that it's over. That's it for this interview.
Thank you.
So thanks for your time for this interview at the Cryptonomist.
Thank you for your time, guys.
Share your comments and anything right here from this interview. And so, see you soon for the next interview.
Hit the like button.
Press like, get a comment, share the video. Thanks for your time, Stefan Rust.
Thank you. Thank you, Francesco.
See you next time. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.